This is the weather forecast video for Friday, January 6th, 2012. Let's take a look at the satellite image from last evening. Outside of a few high clouds over the middle part of the country and over South Texas, it's fairly quiet across the country with little, if any, precipitation falling across the lower 48 states. The watch warning map also proves that it's fairly quiet across the country. Some dense fog advisories in effect along the Gulf Coast from southeastern Texas through the Florida Panhandle. QPF chart is not going to stay quiet, however. This is the precipitation through Tuesday evening at 6 o'clock. Shows some heavy precipitation possible over Texas into the deep south, with a storm system that will be developing over the Gulf of Mexico and riding east and northeastward. So let's take a look at the 0Z GFS Model Run at 6 p.m. this evening. You'll see the west-east flow across the country continues, and no troughs, no ridges. Some energy moving into the Pacific Northwest with the storm there. Some snow across the U.S.-Canadian border, and a little bit of rain shower activity over the Texas and Louisiana Gulf Coast. We head into the weekend on Saturday. There's that storm developing over the south with some rainfall there. A little bit of snow over Utah and Colorado. Some lake effect over the eastern Great Lakes. And a fairly powerful system that crashes into the Canadian Pacific coast. And rain continues into Sunday over the south. Otherwise, we're quiet around here, but cooler, highs in the 30s. We head into Monday. There's the system over Texas and into Louisiana and Mississippi with rainfall there. Some rain and mountain snow over Washington State, and a little bit of lake effect that'll be ending over the lakes. Tuesday, there's that upper level feature over eastern, northeastern Texas. We'll be staying south of us, with the rain staying south of us, and as you note, temperatures are beginning to warm up again, back into the 40s, but here comes a crashing halt by Wednesday with a fairly powerful cold front. Unfortunately, it's coming through dry with all the precipitation to our north and the low to our southeast. That moves off, temperatures drop back into the 20s, maybe lower to mid-20s for highs. Lows back in around 10, but with no snowfall, could be a few degrees higher. A week from today, on the 13th, see a bit of a ridge over the west, a bit of a trough over the east, some energy moving across northern Mexico. But this pattern just stays cold and dry with some lake effect over the lakes and some precipitation with that upper level feature over northern Mexico into New Mexico and Texas. We head further into the month of January on the 16th. You can see a pretty west-east pattern across the country once more, with a ridge developing over Florida and a trough over the west. And this could be our next significant storm, and this could bring some rain and snow across the state. But this is still 10 days out, so this could change rather radically. And at the end of the forecast on the 21st, still looks pretty benign, with a bit of a trough over the eastern two-thirds of the country, and temperatures will be, well, fairly cool, about 20s, which is typically average for this time of the year. But when has it been average for the last several weeks? Thank you for tuning in to the weather forecast video. We'll have another one tomorrow.